you see the video of Grey Shirt touching that white woman? On Twitter, I did see that. Yeah, it's an uncomfortable truth, but like non-white Riz is like borderline harassment anyway. It's a very uncomfortable truth, but that is kind of true. Where's the cheating allowed in MMA video? ITP MMA already did it. So I could do it tomorrow, but ITP MMA already made one and he did it pretty well. So I don't know. I could do one. I could always do one as it anyway. I wanted to do one about Pereira versus Ankalaev getting intense and personal because they're going back and forth. So I could sort of break down the back and forth that they've had tomorrow. I think that would be a good video because I'm starting to notice that Ankalaev's got a lot of these rules that he's almost trying to enforce on like Pereira. It's mad how many rules that they have. These slims. You know what I mean? But no, like, there's no rules against child marriage. You know what I mean? Like, why not chuck it on with the list? You're literally not drinking while the sun is in the sky. You're not consuming anything while the sun is in the sky yet. We can't just chuck on no child marriage on top of it. Like, I don't know why. It kind of is just so confusing to me in some way. He's like trying to like get Pereira on the fact that he's an alcoholic still and he drinks secretly at these UFC events. And Pereira's like, no, I don't. And you've never seen Pereira with a drink in his hand. Even though people do assume that he does because he's around it, he doesn't drink. You know what I mean? Thank you for the $5. Sure, Taylor Lapulus. You see Buckley say dudes in the hood could beat bottom barrel UFC fighters in a street fight with no training. Thoughts? Lamau would love to see Blood Diamond versus 4 Extra. Thank you for the $10. I don't think he meant black UFC, bottom barrel UFC fighters. I do kind of agree. Not dudes in the hood, though. The dudes in the hood thing is different because they're very frail and weak. You know, you get shocked how light some of them are. But in a spontaneous interaction and aggressive moment in a bar fight, some guy from the street could catch a fucking top-level UFC fighter slipping. Not top-level, sorry. Could catch a bottom barrel UFC. I actually kind of agree with Buckley now I'm thinking about it. Because it's not just about... It's not a fight. I don't think Buckley means that, oh, if a hood guy went up to a bottom level UFC guy and said, you know, me and you outside, pal. That's not what hood guys do. Okay? This ain't a battle in the suburbs. You know what I'm saying? That's suburb shit. You know what I mean? You and me outside, pal. Mano a mano. Let me see where your cojones are at. You know what I mean? It's not going to... Why He's not going to have one of those. What he means is, in a physical interaction, they could get the better of it before people step in and interrupt. You know? Sucker punching, starting first, punching first. Like, there's a massive advantage to that. You know what I mean? You got to understand, if a hood dude comes up to you with his hands in front of him by his waist, he's going to smack. Oh, am I being baited? And he's been misinterpreted. I kind of get his take, though, if that's what his take is. I agree as well. Like, yes or no, chat. Think about the most dangerous dude from your school when you were growing up. The guy that was just constantly starting fights, a little bit of a disagreement, and he's swinging, you know what I mean, and trying to scrap, versus Alex Morono. Like, I think Alex Morono would win, but like, I'd be like, oh, is he gonna get caught by this dude who's just gonna swing first at him while Morono's being like, listen, I'm a trained fucking fighter, man. You know, and then get slept. Like, you never know. Thank you for the 2. Yeah, dude in the hood messes up the Great White. Exactly, Alex Morono. Exactly. Dude, Alex Morono gets such a bad rap. But the thing is, though, Buckley went to a kind of tricky fight with him, so maybe that doesn't prove the point. But I do agree, a street fight and a sudden interaction of violence is very different than an MMA fight. You know? Obviously, MMA fighters would typically win those encounters, but, you know, it's just about who starts first. You know what I mean? You need to infiltrate the UFC, take that mousetrap charter looking at Hunter Campbell's job. Also, thanks for the content, bruv. No problem. Thank you, 107MMA, for the 28 months of membership. Dude in the hood mess up the Great White. Yeah, I thought of Alex Morono as well. How sad is that? People forget, man. BJ Penn got KO'd on the street. BJ Penn did get slept by a random white guy at a bar. He did. People really forget that. He actually did get slept in public. You know, there's so many hidden moments in MMA history that just get forgotten about, you know, and no one even remembers. He actually did get slept by some random fat white guy at a bar. Like, badly slept as well. Flatlined on concrete. Fuck, man. Really badly. I know, yeah. He was drunk, but still. That's when fights happen, right? The other guy was probably drunk as well. Dropped like a sack. I know, I know he did. He crumpled so bad. Impression of boxing fans revoking Tank's black card. Man, Roach done beat the fucking melanin out of that boy. He ain't one of us no more. He ain't well. Calling it now, John signs to fight Tom and then gets injured and retires, saying his body gave out, and pulls the, hey, look, guys, I'm not a duck, it's my body. I could see that, yeah. And then someone steps in on short notice and he tries to like get him to lose for that. I could so see that as well. Thank you for the $5 Australian. I'm not a duck, it's my body. I just can't help it, dude. I'm getting up there in age. My body's not functioning the same way. You guys are praising Tom for wanting to fight this version of me? You know what I mean? I could see that. The dude who slept BJ got took down later. He did. Eventually, the fight did continue, but he did sleep him before that when they started the fight. But yeah, he did get there was like a follow-up video, which was like later in the night where BJ had like got like a side control or some shit, right? He got slept and then it got separated and then BJ went after him and got him down and got him. But yeah, you did get slept, though, originally. Like, if that was a UFC fight, that's done. You know what I mean? Superior versus Justin Gaethje, who wins? It's tough. Like, Gaethje's tough to beat, but that's very approachable of a win for him. A grandpa boxing coach beat Don Fry. Search it. Damn. Okay, I'll have to look that up sometime. 45-45 for the Jamahal Hill mention. I'll see it in the members stream. Or I check it now. Just because I feel like people will want to clip out of this and actually see me react. No more donations. It might not be read. Hawk Tour impression. She sounds like Sandy from SpongeBob, that Hawk Tour girl. You know? Let's see what Jamahal Hill said about me. 45-45. Another $8 for you that would typically go in MMA Guru's pocket. All right.
We love MMA Guru.
I like MMA Guru, bro. He's not a bad.
Dude, I've said so much about Merab, but he's cool.
And a guy who's like trying to make his way with his content. So he says some things that might come off crazy and things like that. But if you actually genuinely talk to him, he's actually not a terrible dude. He's actually just a fan of the sport, a huge fan of the sport, and he wants the best for his money whenever he's paying for a show.
Damn right, I want the best for my money.
Yeah, he's a pretty good shit talker.
Yeah,
he's
but
I'm straight. I'm
MMA
sorry, Merab. I'm sorry.
I'll take that.
Yeah, he's taking donuts off me. Good for him.
Nah, all love.
I think MMA Guru, he changed. Sometimes he talks shit, sometimes he changes, you know.
He's got to play. He's got to play. That's kind of like how guys talk shit.
I was waiting for Merab to chip in.
And he'll say he said it too. That's the cool thing about him.
And that's one thing, he stand on what he say.
It.
That's one thing you got to respect that about him. If he say something, he gonna stand on it. You know, so you got to respect that.
Okay, I'm not sure
how popular he came. We all talk about MMA Guru, right?
Wait, there's extended. Merab's still going. Nice.
Goes to show you whenever you work for something, you know what I mean, you stay consistent with it, you know, you stay on it. That's what happens. He's been doing, I look back, he's been doing this shit for like years. Yeah. He's been doing this for years. So it goes to show you it's not, success isn't an overnight thing. You know, it's a lot of work in progress that goes into it. So there you go.
All right, Merab, this one is free.
Nice. There you go. Of course, Merab. Of course, Merab kept the yap going there. But yeah, shout out to Merab, dude, and Jamal. I've come a long way since screaming at Merab about about beating my favorite fighter, Peter Yan. Come on. But yeah, shout out to Jamahal Hill and Merab and that doing their thing. I like the War Room thing as well that he does. I don't know if you guys, not the War Room, that's Dan Hardy's thing. What's it, the War Council? Is that what it's called? The War Council? Yeah, the War Council. I like those ones. They're good. He always has like different fighters on. I remember I watched one. What was the one I watched? I think Brendan Allen was on there at one point. I remember once. But yeah, he always does that War Council thing, brings on fighters. It's high quality shit, so check it out on Jamahal Hill's YouTube channel. Anyway, I'm going to go now, guys. My video's posted. Check it out. Gifted to K Revs. I'll upload this for the members after to watch back. How could anyone say Izzy's better? It's 3-1. I mean, there's moments where Izzy has looked better than him. Even in the second fight, he was doing good. And in the first fight, he arguably won. But they count cage control a lot in the kickboxing world. It's quite archaic in the way that they score it. But yeah. I just think Izzy might have the style to make it constantly a coin flip with Pereira. At 205, I think Pereira would absolutely fucking sodomize Adesanya and destroy him in a fight. Like, not even a question. Now that he's like planted and he has his power and shit a lot more consistently, I think at light heavyweight, he absolutely nukes him. But I think just Pereira's style of striking adjusts way better. It's not even a fucking debate. It's not even a debate. What the fuck did Adesanya accomplish in kickboxing? Pereira is one of the GOATs of kickboxing. Light heavyweight champion in kickboxing. I can't remember if he went... No, he didn't go heavyweight, did he? He went light heavy cruiser. Something like that. And first two-weight simultaneous champion in Glory. There's no fucking debate about it. There's no fucking debate about it whatsoever. And he was young in his career. I know, and he started way less, and he had way less experience than a lot of the guys as well. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. Pereira's the man. Even with Vatakov, you know, the first fight I thought he won. Or the second fight I thought he won. The first fight I thought he lost. But still. Not even a question. I'd actually argue Izzy is slightly, like, very slightly more skilled. Yeah, Alex is just bigger. He has more of, like, the organic, like, recipe to be a better striker. They're neck and neck, but I give Izzy a slight edge, pure skill. Like, pure technique, yeah. But Pereira is just more effective as a striker, 100%. I'll give it a 10. So I think he's a better striker. Like, if you put average UFC fighter in a striking match with Adesanya or Pereira, they are choosing to go up against Adesanya 100 out of 100 times. I really think. Did you hear that makes you think that Jalen Turner's going to pull out? I don't know, there's rumors. I'm seeing rumors. I saw MMA experts talking about it. Someone was mentioning in a stream earlier that they've got some kind of information that Jalen Turner's not going to be fighting. And then there was another thing about another lightweight that was like getting a flight to the card. And people were... who was the lightweight chat that people were saying is going to try and fill in for the fight? Tom Nolan, that's what it was. Tom Nolan is like going to the card. And people were saying he's randomly booked a flight short notice to go. It was Tom Nolan, yeah. He's on a win streak right now at lightweight as well, so it would make sense. So people are just like, maybe there's a weight scare, maybe there's an injury where he might be able to fight, but he might not. But they're bringing in Tom Nolan as like a lightweight backup, and people are questioning what fight it was for. And Jalen Turner hasn't been posting on Instagram, but it could be for Bobby Green or Mauricio Huffy, so it could be for a few fights. It's a membership. If Dana gave you an interview, but you had to promote Power Slap, would you do it? If Dana gave me an interview, but I had to promote Power Slap, would I do it? No. Thank you for the 34 months of membership. No, if it was evidence, you know what I would do, chat there. Thank you again, Robert Bell, for the £50. I'll be at London. What would your number one question for Dana be on video? Have you heard about the MMA guru at all? Thank you. I don't know. I don't know what I would say. I'd have to think about it a little bit more. So I don't know. Thank you for the £50. What would be your number one question for Dana on video? I don't know what I would say. I'd have to really think about that. I'd probably bring up his mistreatment of Jose Aldo or some shit. Like something to get the crowd cheering, you know what I mean? It wouldn't be something about me. It'd be something that would be like on everyone's tongue. You know what I mean? Proper grill him on something about Aldo's matchmaking. I'm not banned from the London card. No, I'm not going this time. And if I am going to go, I ain't going to say it on live stream weeks out from it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I wouldn't. What I would do is if Dana like messaged me saying you have to promote Power Slap and I'll do an interview, I'd probably just make a video exposing Dana for making me talk about Power Slap for an interview and then say, no, I ain't promoting that shit. You know? That's what I would do. So I ain't doing that if that. Go MMA, you say the wrong thing and I can neutralize a source of your income in a snap of the fingers like that. You little leech parasite human. Add that to the outro of your fucking video.